Today we're checking out my ultralight backpacking gear loadout for 2024. That's next. When I plan to cover big mile days, I like to go ultralight. That means leaving some of my more luxury items at home for the sake of going fast. It's more geared towards those summer time frames when it's gonna be nice and warm. While my gear is ever changing, this is what I'm taking for my ultralight backpacking gear setup for 2024. If you are interested in getting any of this gear, you can click the links in the description. Let's check out my big three. My backpack of choice is the Hyperlight Mountain Gear Contour 35. This is an ultralight pack that has no frame or padded cushion back panel in the back. It weighs in at only 16.2 ounces and it's a roll top, so that means I can expand it when I want to put more gear or compress it down when I want to take less or go on a day hike. I chose the black version because this hides dirt a whole lot better than the white version does. It's fully Dyneema, so it is water resistant to an extent. It also features this new Dyneema stretch mesh, which I really enjoy. It still has these large side pockets to stuff in water bottles, as well as a cinch cord for your compression strap. This pack can also be used for fast packing, so it does have wider shoulder straps as well as these built-in shoulder pockets where you can stuff in some water bottles, kind of like a running vest. One of my favorite features about this pack is it does have this pocket underneath where you can stuff in some snacks and stuff. So while you're hiking, you don't have to stop to get snacks. You can just reach in from behind, pull out a snack, and continue hiking. If you do want to see a full review on this pack, you can click the link here. My tent fits in this Hyperlight Mountain Gear stuff sack, and my tent of choice is the Hyperlight Mountain Gear Mid 1. This tent is ultralight in that it weighs only 16.8 ounces, and it's super versatile, and it uses a small footprint. This allows me to set up my tent in small areas where I normally wouldn't be able to fit my double rainbow. It is made of Dyneema, so it's not going to sag if it does get rained on, and it doesn't absorb moisture as well. This is a trekking pole tent that can be set up by a single trekking pole, so I don't have to worry about carrying tent poles. It uses 6 Easton aluminum stakes to anchor it down, which I put in this nice stuff sack that's made of Dyneema that I found on Garage Grown Gear. I also bring this Polycro ground sheet, which does a good job of keeping my tent nice and clean if I find myself on dusty, dirty areas, as well as keeping it dry if it does happen to get condensation or dew in the morning. Let's talk about my sleep system. I keep it all in this Hyperlight Mountain Gear large stuff pod. I do highly recommend these stuff pods, especially if you go with a frameless pack, because these provide a little bit of structure as well as some added comfort. Not to mention they're great at organizing your gear. Inside the pod, I keep my UGQ Bandit quilt, and this is really nice. It's a 40-degree quilt with 850 down. So this is for those warmer months and does a really good job of compressing while also being lightweight. I pair my quilt with one of my new favorite pieces of gear, which is the Alpaca sleeping bag liner. This is really nice from Appalachian Gear Company, and this is made of 100% alpaca wool. It's super soft and stretchy as well as odor resistant. It also protects my sleeping bag. Rather than having to wash that, I can easily wash this, so it keeps my sleeping bag nice and clean. Another benefit of this is it adds 15 degrees of warmth to my sleep system as well. And on those days when I know it's going to be really hot out, I will ditch the sleeping bag at home and just take this sleeping bag liner. My pillow of choice is the Sea to Summit Eros Premium Pillow. I like this pillow because you can blow it up. It also has a valve here so you can release the perfect amount of air to really dial in your comfort. I still pair my pillow with my Goose Feet down pillowcase. This is really nice because it has 3 ounces of down to the top of your pillow, making it really like you're sleeping on a pillow at home. This is one of the best things I've added to my sleep system and really has saved me much nights of sleep. My sleeping pad of choice is the Thermarest Ultralight. It is the lightest sleeping pad out there. It doesn't provide much insulation because it's more for those summer times, but for going ultralight in the summer, you can't really beat it. It is kind of delicate though, so you want to be very careful where you put it down. In ultralight mode, I don't have the luxury of taking a chair, so instead what I do is I take this Gossamer Gear Thin Light Foam Pad. This is the foldable version, and I like this because you can also stuff it in the back of your pack, and it acts as a cushion for your back panel, as well as also providing some structure and rigidity to your pack. This allows me to lay it down on a rock or log and sit down comfortably. I can also expand it and just lay down on the ground when I want to take a break. I also put this underneath my Ultralight sleeping pad, so it also protects it from unnecessary punctures. I did cut out a few sections to really only bring the perfect amount that I need, which brings the total weight of this to only 3 ounces. Let's talk about food storage. Typically when I'm going ultralight, I like to carry my Hilltops Pack Bear Bag. And this is really nice. It has my logo on it in the front as well. It's made of Dyneema, and it allows you to also be able to hang it as well. When I want to hang it, I also have this nice rucksack, which I also stuff in this Hilltops Pack cord winder and some cord, as well as the Apex Giant dog bone, which also serves as a way to hang my bag. When I know I'm in a bit more bear prone areas, I will instead take this Ursack Major XL, and this is nice because I can still hold tons of food in here, but it's made of bear resistant material. And the nice thing is you don't need to hang it high in a tree. You just tie it to a branch and also stuff in one of those bags that are scent proof, and you're good to go. However, I do go to areas that often require bear canisters, so when I do go in those areas, I will take this Bear Vault 425 canister. And it weighs about 1 pound and 12 ounces, so not the greatest, lightest option out there. And when I do have to take this, I will take my Unbound pack instead because it does a better job of carrying bear canisters. My cook system fits all in this Hilltops Pack's Dyneema stuff bag. Inside of it, I store this GSI coffee grind filter. I do enjoy having coffee in the morning. I also have this Toke 650 titanium pot here with lid. It's just big enough for the amount of water I need to boil. My stove of choice is the little BRS 3000, and this is not the most fuel efficient stove, but it does an excellent job of boiling water. And when I am gonna cover big miles, I'm not really worrying about catching fish and cooking them, so I don't need anything regulated. I'm just gonna have freeze-dried meals, and I need to boil water. So the BRS 3000 allows me to do just that. I also carry this Bic Mini lighter so that I can light the stove as well. My utensil of choice is a Sea to Summit Frontier long handle spork. I like having a spork because it's a fork and a spoon in one. It also has these holes on the top to try to reduce some weight. I do prefer the long handle version, so when I do eat in those food bags, I don't get food and stuff on my hand. One thing I added this year is these titanium chopsticks by Virgo. These are really cool because they're super small, but then you just open it up and attach it to each other, and now you have chopsticks. And this is really nice, especially if you like to have ramen or pho or anything like that that has noodles while you're out in the backcountry. Just gives you another way to eat your food and enjoy it. For my water system, I am still using the Katadyn Be-Free filter. This has served me pretty well, and it doesn't clog or anything very easily. It also has fast flow, which I prefer as well. I got it here in this 1 liter bag, but I also bring smart water bottles as well to store my water. And depending on the availability of water on the trails I'm in will determine how many smart water bottles I bring. My ditty bag of choice is the Hyperlight Mountain Gear Medium Cinch bag, and this does a good job of holding the gear that I need, as well as providing some water resistance. Inside of this, I also have a small Cutco pocket knife, and this is nice because it has scissors built in, as well as a couple blades that are really sharp. I also take a small Rawology mini cork ball, and this is good to kind of massage my leg muscles after a long hike. My headlamp of choice is the Ultralight NU25, and this is really nice at 400 lumens, provides plenty of light for my needs. To charge my electronics, I use this Nitecore UL 10,000 milliamp power bank, and if I need more electronics, I'll take additional one of these rather than the 20,000 because 2 of these is lighter than the 20,000. This powers all my electronics and is made of carbon fiber, so is ultralight. For the electronics that I take, I have these small little cords here. One is a USB Type-C, a lightning adapter, and then a mini USB as well. And those will power and charge all my electronics and connect to that power bank. For my hygiene things, I store everything in this small Ziploc bag. Inside, I have my Deuce of Spades No. 2 Ultralight trowel. I also have the Cluo Clean bidet, as well as some Wissy wipes, which actually come in these tablet forms. You just add some water and that will give you some nice towels. I also keep a Garage Grown Gear small thumb toothbrush. as well as some chewable unpaced toothpaste tabs. I prefer these tablets rather than carrying a tube of toothpaste because it's far lighter and more efficient. And the nice thing, I can take the exact number of tablets that I need for the days I will be out. I also take Summit suds to clean my hands and other things when I'm out there. It's an all-purpose type of soap that is all natural and also biodegradable. To clean up a bit when I can't jump in a alpine lake or anything, I also take this small little Norwex body cloth, and this is really nice to get clean and wipe myself off. And then I also take a repair kit to repair my mattress or other kind of gear items. For my first aid, I take the Adventure Medical UL Emergency Kit 0.5, and this is light and has many things, and I just continually resupply it. I also added a few things to it, like a tick remover from Hilltop Packs, as well as some Leuko tape for blisters. Another thing I started carrying is Ultralight pack towel, and this is the hand size version, and this is really nice just to have a towel when I want to jump into alpine lakes. I can towel off real nicely, but I don't take the bulk and weight of normal towels. Let's talk about clothing. First, what I wear while I'm hiking. I like for my top is the Outdoor Research Astroman sun hoodie. This is still my favorite sun hoodie of all time. It's super stretchy, lightweight, and also fast drying, while also providing 50 SPF sun protection. It also has a half zip in the front, so when I want to let out a little bit extra heat, I can just open that up and cool off a bit. For my bottoms, one of the things is I hate sunscreen, so I'm using actually some pants. My pants are the Outdoor Vitals Skyline Trail Joggers. They're super ultra lightweight, as well as having a lot of mesh areas that provide a lot of air ventilation for extra breathability. They also give you 50 SPF sun protection and weigh in at only 6.5 ounces. Now there are some pros and cons to these pants, and for now I'm still going with them, but if you want to see a full review of these pants, you can click the link here. For my socks, I am passing on the Darn Tough socks I've used for years, and this year I am going with the Paca Performance sock. These are an alpaca poly blend sock, as well as providing some elasticity and some cushion. These keep my feet dry a whole lot better than Darn Tough, because when I hike, I sweat, and Darn Tough, being wool, will actually absorb some moisture. These here actually retain a whole lot less moisture. As a result, these keep my feet free from blisters, and I haven't had any issues since going to these socks. If you want to see a full review of these socks, you can click the link here as well. My shoes of choice, once again, are the Ultra Olympus 4s. They're still going strong from last year. The nice thing about these that I like over the Lone Peaks is they do have more cushion overall. They also use Vibram soles, which the Lone Peaks do not. So this way, they're actually better grip on wet and smooth surfaces. Inside them, I use these Remind insoles, and these provide nice arch support as well as some extra cushion inside my shoe. These have really helped me relieve any kind of knee pain as well. For my hat this year, for hiking, I am using the Cotopaxi Tech 5-panel hat. This is super lightweight and breathable and fast drying, as well as it has a flat brim. The reason I like a flat brim is they go really well with my Smith Pursuit sunglasses. Now these sunglasses are transitional lens, so they can go from really light all the way up to level 5 for glacial travel. They're kind of like goggle-like sunglasses, but they're super comfortable and they have a wide area of vision, so at times it feels like I'm not even wearing them. The rest of my clothing I store in this small Hyperlight mountain gear pod. Inside I have a change of underwear, which is the Outdoor Research Echo underwear. I also have an Outdoor Research Echo shirt, which is super lightweight, and I typically wear this around camp and to bed. I also like to bring Outdoor Research 7-inch Feroci shorts, and they're super lightweight, as well as allow me to jump into any kind of alpine lakes as well. And when I need to let my pants dry, these are something that I like to wear around camp. When I'm going ultralight, instead of taking my Appalachian Gear hoodie, I will take this Cinchi Designs Alpha 60 hoodie. This is even more lightweight, weighing in at 3.4 ounces. This is nice to take the chill off, and on brisk morning hikes, it keeps me nice and warm, but it's super breathable to where I'm not gonna overheat. It has an extremely high warmth to weight ratio and resists moisture and is fast drying. I have a new ultralight jacket that I got that I really have been enjoying for this year, and it is the Outdoor Vitals Nova Ultralight. And so this will take place of my Ghost Whisper. Has a few more bells and whistles that I really like, but only comes in at 10 ounces in a small. It has thumb holes, a hood, as well as pit zips, so pretty cool for a jacket. And if you want to see a full review on this jacket, you can click the link here. I also like to carry an additional pair of pack of socks in here for when I am at camp. And for those brisk mornings, I do still take my Appalachian Gear alpaca beanie, and this is nice as well to cover the ears and keep my head warm. My rain jacket of choice is still the North Face Summit L5 Storm Jacket, and this is super lightweight and is good at blocking the wind too. It also has sufficient room so I can layer over if I wanted to put this over my down jacket. Another thing I take are these Shama Warrior sandals, and these are thin but also have some Vibram soles, so if I ever needed to hike in these I could, but these are great for water crossings as well as camp sandals. I had to learn the hard way one time when my shoes got wet in cold weather to always take a backup pair of shoes or sandals so I can wear around camp. These are great for river crossings as well as allowing my feet to air out when I get at camp. There are a few other accessories I always take with me, such as the Ben Invis bug head net. These are really good to keep the mosquitoes out. I also now take the GPS Map 67i for my inReach as well as my maps. This gives me the extra assurance of having that SOS emergency contact, as well as being able to check into friends and family whenever I want via satellite messaging. I lost my Mini 2 last year, and so I upgraded to this. And this is nice because it has way more versatility and allows me to send messages from a standalone device rather than having to pair it with a phone. I also have my watch, which is the Garmin Fenix 7 Sapphire, and this is a good job of being able to last a long time as well as provide some tracking and have some maps access as well. My Apple Watch would die within a day whenever I try to use tracking. This will last days and also has a solar panel inside, so it doesn't lose battery like an Apple Watch would. Another thing I take with me is the Chicken Tramper Ultralight wallet, and this is super nice when I want to have my permits in one place, also some cash and some IDs. So what do you think of my ultralight backpacking gear loadout for 2024? What are some things I'm missing, or what are some things you'd actually take out? Leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. If you like what you saw, make sure to give me a thumbs up. Also subscribe for more backpacking gear content like this. And as always, thanks for watching.